Hey everybody, this is Thunder. Doing a quick update here on what I think is obviously some type of news blackout. Remember before I was talking about the convoy of 280 trucks that were on their way to Ukraine? It was like they were supposed to be there Wednesday. And you keep trying to find out stuff about what's going on with where they're at or how close they're getting to the border. Now, they were supposed to be across the border Wednesday, supplying, and it's beautiful. They have all these trucks painted white and they're like on their way there, and all of a sudden, boom, we don't hear any more about it. Now, I did manage to dig up something on NPR, National Public Radio, which is also a controlled by the government station, that says, yep, they're on their way again and they're going to forcibly cross if they have to. But they keep repeating for the last 2-3 days, they just keep repeating over and over ad nauseum the same bullshit about, oh, we're afraid this is a Trojan horse and this could be a sneak attack and they got helicopters. Well, of course they have goddamn helicopters, you idiots, because the Nazi skinheads in Ukraine that are blowing up everybody might try to blow up the convoy. I don't understand people. Should they protect themselves if they go in there delivering humanitarian aid? Yeah. Should they have helicopters? See, the crazy thing about this whole thing is Russia could just storm that place and blow those people off the face of the earth if they wanted to. So what are they complaining about? This could be a sneak attack and this could be this and that. It's all propaganda. It's all to make the Russians look bad instead of the good intent they have of going in there and rescuing people that are starving and children that are and adults and everything being in this horrific war zone. And that's the Russian people in there. And they have every right, Russia does, to go in there. And I'm really sick of hearing this shit about, well, this could be a sneak attack, or this could be a ruse by Russia, or this could be this and this. And they keep repeating. And you know what they do? They take the same story and put a different picture and keep repeating the same thing over and over again. You know what that is? That's propaganda. That's Orwellian. It's like if you repeat it enough, people will believe it. If you repeat it enough, people will believe it, even if it's a lie. Even if it's a friggin' lie, if you just keep repeating it over and over, the Russians are this and the Russians, I'm so sick of hearing it. And I'm so sick of hearing these idiots, morons, commenting on, oh yeah, they could be sneaking in, and oh yeah. I mean, you can see the people being brainwashed right before your very eyes and being swayed. Now let's look at this realistically. There's people in Donetsk, or however you pronounce it. I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly, because I don't know Russian. But that city, D-O-N-E-S-T-K, Donetsk, or something like that, is being ravaged by the Ukrainian military, which are really CIA operatives and all kinds of people, skinheads and NATO people and everything, blowing the hell out of this town and surrounding it and sieging it. And they say, we're after the separatists. Well, they're destroying everybody else too. And people need water and food, and old people, kids. And so what do the Russians do? They and at great expense, I'm sure, 280 semi-trucks in a convoy. And yes, they have some armored vehicles in there. They're all painted white, but the UN does the same goddamn thing. When they go in, they have armored vehicles and protective. You got to protect yourself in a war zone. It's like, we don't know if they're really working with the Red. There's no straight story. You can't get a straight story from the Red Cross. You can't get a straight story from the media. You can't get a straight story from anybody. And what does that tell you? It tells you that it's a controlled news blackout. And this is done everywhere. It's not just on this Ukraine thing. Well, look what happened to the jet. I'm the one that came out with that. Man, I got like over 400 hits just in one day because people wanted to know. And you know why they're doing a blackout on this Russian convoy thing is because Obama drew a red line and said, if they cross this red line, we're going to wreak havoc on them. Well, guess what? They're going to cross the red line, or maybe they already have, and Obama would look like a silly ass, wouldn't he? Because he blabbed his fat mouth off. Now, don't get me wrong here. I'm not anti-Obama. I'm anti-politician. I'm politics. I'm nonpartisan. But I'm really ashamed. I really don't have anything to be ashamed of, only by the fact that I live here, that this country has gone to a police state, to a controlled environment to where you can't get any news on anything. Man, they should have people with that convoy in the day. They used to have embedded reporters. When they went into Iraq, they had embedded reporters there reporting right from the vehicles, the armored vehicles and everything. You mean to tell me they don't have any reporters with this convoy that's going in there? Duh. Of course they do. The Russians do. They're squelching everything. And they're not interviewing any of the people, and they're not saying, how are you guys doing? Are you making progress? And what's the deal? And it's the same ad nauseum thing over and over. The negotiations there's still negotiations, and there's still indecision with Kiev and Ukraine. Who cares about Kiev and Ukraine? Who gives a shit about them? Like I said, the Russians could go in there they could decimate that whole friggin' country. The whole Ukrainian military. They could take them out in a day, 2 days. And so they're making a big deal out of a convoy that wants to go in and help people. Best let them go in. No, but they don't want to let them go in because they'll be proven to be liars, okay? Because they're saying, like Helena Troy, the Trojan horse, where they snuck in a Trojan horse and they supplied arms to. What are they so afraid of? What are they so afraid of? Them supplying arms to the Russian people in there, the Russian rebels? That's what they're afraid of. It really is a sick world, I'll tell you. And then you got the riots in St. Louis right now that are just out of control. You can't get too much really info on that. Some black kid got shot, some 18, and everybody's up in arms, and they're tear gassing and throwing tear gas grenades at people, and forming barriers and SWAT team lines and threatening people and using what they call noise warfare, beep, 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 trying to make people go deaf and doing all kinds of, well, if they didn't shoot this kid, well, let's see the tape. Let's see the webcam on the cop car's webcam. Prove it. I'm telling you, people, this is really, to me, this world is out of control. It's out of control. You can't even get news about anything that's important. Not with some kind of spin on it. I'm telling you, every news organization, everyone, I'm talking CNN, Fox, NPR, Yahoo, New York Times, all of them just keep repeating the same BS over and over and over again about this convoy. It's the same story with a different guy's name, but they're not telling us anything. They're not saying, oh, they say, well, it stopped once. Well, they said that 20 times. And there's problems with them getting, is there really? Now, Vladimir Putin is in Crimea today, which has been, the sticking point with NATO and the West. He's in there today, or was yesterday, timing his appearance, excuse me, directly with this convoy that's supposed to be coming in there. I mean, at some point, I believe he could just throw up his hands and say, we're going in. And that's what they should do. Because those people in there are monsters. And they're just like the idiots that were the Syrian ISIS or whatever they are that were created by the West that now are killing all those people and beheading them and crucifying them. The West created those people just like they created the people in Kiev. This is the truth, people. What is this country doing? They're creating havoc everywhere. And Chuck Hagel even came out today, right after Obama said, oh, the world's the most serene it's ever been. And is he living in a different reality? Chuck Hagel, the whatever he is, the defense secretary or whatever, came out and said the world's exploding. So they can't even agree within themselves about what's going on in their own administration. I'm telling you, these people are bonkers. They're psychotic. Either that or they're trying to make you think they're psychotic, or they're trying to make you think you're psychotic. And people just don't get it. They don't get it. It's the real sickening part of this whole thing is I'll get a bunch of flack and stupid comments from these people, and they follow me around and try to discredit me. So if you see any comments from people on there about me, I mean, they pick on me personally. Oh, your glasses look stupid and this and that. They'll do this stuff just to distract from my message, okay? Or you shouldn't this, or you don't know anything, or you're this and you're that. One of them's called Mother Love. Can you believe that? And another one, I don't know, Crocodile's another one. I'll name them. And they don't have any business following me around on YouTube and trying to blacken my name. And I won't even address them anymore. I just ignore them. Because if you address a fool, the best answer to a fool is silence. And I'm telling you, these people, YouTube should get these people off of there. Because they're not contributing any goodness, any kind of information. They're not trying to educate people. So if you see those people commenting, you should get on their ass. Friends of mine out there, don't let them get away with it. Get on their ass. I mean, if I could meet these people face to face, I'd have more than just a conversation with them. They have no right to comment on things unless they're going to make a coherent, legible. They have no right to attack people. They have no right to do any of this stuff. Oh yeah, it's a free country and it's free speech. Okay, so they have a right to be idiots then, all right? They have a right to make themselves look like complete friggin' idiots by putting one-line things up there. And they use the little generic faces. They don't have their real face. And you go to look, at their site and there's no followers and there's no background on them, nothing. So guess what? These people are spies, okay? They're trolls. They're what we call trolls. They try to discredit people that tell the truth. I wish I could meet them face to face. Enough said about that. But the thing that really ticks me off is that the news is just repeated ad nauseum over and over and over. And it's not news, it's just a script. It's old news. It's 3 days old. I want to know what's going on right now. I want to know what's going on with the convoy, where it is. I want to know the real truth. But see, you never are going to know the real truth. You're not going to know the real truth anymore. It's gone. Those days are gone. All you got is a bunch of trolling idiots, liars, and news organizations completely controlled, sucking the tit of the government. Is this what you people want? You have to, Now there's people like me and Fabian for Liberty and Gregory Mannarino and Greg Hunter. There's people that come out and try to tell the truth and try to tell people what's going on. And sometimes I go on their channels. They know me. Okay? These people. These other people. They comment and thank me for my comments. But you got the trolls on there, like these people I mentioned before, that want to follow me around and give me a hard time. Why don't they just do something constructive with their life? Why don't they make a video? Let's see who they are. Let's see who you are, you cowards. You're cowards. You cringe behind a false mask like the Wizard of Oz. And you can shove it. Take that to the bank. Hope I never run into you, being the warrior that I am. And I'm calling out the press, too. I'm calling out these, I won't even call them prostitutes, because prostitutes are better than they are. I'll call them just traitors. Traitors to this entity they call America. They are traitoring America. And I don't care about America because I'm native, and that's not even the name of this land. But I care about, I live here, I've said that before, and the people that live here. And it all affects me, and it all affects all of you, so you should care. Shouldn't you? So you people that watch me need to get on the stick, get out in the streets, get on here and comment when somebody disses me, and stand up for truth. And I know some have already, and a lot of people have really, but we need more, okay? Because there's a lot of idiots out there. Either they're totally They can't be that stupid. I don't think that they can be that stupid to where they don't know what's going on, so they have to be the enemy, protagonists, agent provocateurs. Anyway, that's my rant for today. Thought I'd get this out. It's going to be a short video. I'll leave it at that. Links are below on the Campfire Council and what we're trying to do with that. But it's a news blackout in a controlled media police state. That's what it is. And people need to stand up for it to the day they die, or the day they come knocking on your door and carry you away, which they're not going to do if we all stick together. But people just let this shit happen. And they still haven't, you know, enough brain cells or half a brain to wake up and go, yeah, see the light. Anyway, I'm out of here. Peace unto you. Man, can you believe this? You can't even find out news anymore. Later on.